balls. End balls indeed. Why, of course. It's time for end balls, isn't it? End balls. Behold the end ball. Why the fuck can I hear myself? No. Crispy sound. I don't know why. Sometimes the sound just crisps. It does this. It's this. Please help, my fucking internet is exploding. Please help me. I'm fucking dead. Well, shit. Toasty sound. I don't know what to do about that. Sounds just gotta be toasty. What the fuck can I say? Also, you know, why are closed captions not working? I spent so much fucking time testing this shit out, and then suddenly, the moment that I actually am streaming, they break. What the fuck? It's just not loading anything. Like, come on. Me when no Limbus Friday. Yeah, it do be like that sometimes. Maybe if I explicitly target mic, like, yeah, the caption when stuff is happening, I don't know. That way I'm a mic. Yep, no, captions are broken. Great. I love captions being broken. Awesome. I spent so much time trying to fix them and they just don't work. Well, okay, well, suddenly it fucking works. Kind of, not really. I'm excited for Hades 2. Yeah, I gotta agree. Same here. Basically the same here, yeah. I'm really... I have no idea how the fuck, but... Yeah. I'm hyped. I'm hyped as shit. Also, I think the captions are there, but they're just... at the top of the fucking screen for some reason. There we go. I mean, the captions are broken, but, you know, let me know if they actually make any sense. Anyways. Hello, everyone. It's me, the Ambus. We are here and we are vibing. We're doing the thing. No more music. The chill music is over. No more chill. Okay, so now we will go and start Planet Crafter, which should be fun. It should be. I mean, I've heard about it, and I've seen it, and it seems like it's the opposite of Satisfactory. It's like Satisfactory, except instead of ruining the planet, you fix the planet. Doing a bunch of shit. And this time, no more chill. No more chill. Chill is over. Chill has been cancelled. Have I played any other Supergiant games? I have not. I could not convince my brain to play them. Have heard their music, though. Good shit. Oh, there we go. It works. It works, yes. There we go. It's time for some fucking Planet Crafter. It's so intense. This music's all intense and shit. What the fuck? God damn. Options. These are the options. You have gameplay, which is just language. Audio's this. Controls. Graphics. Graphics quality is ultra, which might break my fucking PC, but you know, hopefully it won't. Play new game. I will call it You drop some items when you die. Landing site standard. I cannot change the name. So I don't know if I'm just gonna press create, I guess. That one. 0T. I have 0T. No T. No T allowed. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, the mouse sensitivity is non-existent, actually. It's... Okay, I'm moving my mouse like a fucking maniac and it's not... Okay, that's the first thing. Oh, it's the 3%. That's why. What? That's much better. Okay. So, read message. Welcome to your assigned planet. Your mission is to advance the terraformation process of this world. Generate oxygen, heat, and pressure to do so. First, reach 175,000 Ti and create a blue atmosphere. Okay, I will do that. Okay, so I need to... It says craft a backpack T1. I'll do that. I need iron. I need iron. I don't have anything in here. I don't have iron. So, I guess I'd go out? That's silicon, it's not iron, but... Titanium? Iron! Hey, we only have one. Need more. Iron! There we go. Let's go, okay. So now I have a backpack. That's good. Now I need to equip it. Perfect. Now I need to craft an oxygen tank. For that, I need cobalt, iron, and magnesium. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna lower the game audio a bit, because it's a bit high. I don't know what to say. So, cobalt. I'm getting everything. Magnesium. Yeah, we need magnesium, right? Iron. We need that. Titanium. I think we needed that. Iron. I'm running out of oxygen. I should probably go back. I forgot about oxygen. Yeah, I should probably... Yeah. Fuck. That was spooky. So I need 2 cobalts. Cobalt. That's blue. That's cobalt, right? Yeah, it's cobalt. Okay. Silicon. Cobalt. And some more cobalt. Let's go back. Okay. Get some of this in the meantime, so why not? There we go. Okay. So now we're here. Oxygen pack. I can equip it. I have more oxygen. Now, microchip construction. I need magnesium and... Oh, I have that shit. I need Terranil. Yeah. Sometimes you just... This is a Terranil, but it's 3D. Equip this chip by adding a light source to your multi-tool. Needed to explore Rex. Okay. And I have a flashlight. Interesting. Microchip construction. I need silicon and magnesium. I'm shatting. Oh. Interesting. Magnesium. Nice. What is this? Oh. The fuck? Cobalt. Oh, wait. There's just a bunch of magnesium and iron. This is cool. That's good. I mean, I probably shouldn't have done that, because now my inventory is full, but, I mean, you know, this is free stuff. Also, my health is low for some reason. Why is it low? It's because of thirst? Construction. I need one more silicon. I should chat. No, I will not. I don't think I will. So I need one more silicon. No. Cobalt. Silicon! There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're doing it slowly, but surely. And now construction. I guess I can construct stuff now. I can craft a living apartment. Oh, I press Q. Okay. Living compartment. Basic habitat providing oxygen. I need titanium. Good thing I have some titanium that I put in here. There you go. A living compartment. So this. Put that there. There you go. Now I need a door so I can get into this fucking thing. Oops. I need titanium and silicon. God damn it. Silicon, gimme. That's silicon, right? I love how there's those like rocks on the floor. Low power? There's power. What do you mean low power? Drink a water bottle. Yeah, I'm thirsty. I don't know what you mean by low power. Is low power is power a thing? And there we go. Now we have a door. Warning, low power. I don't know what to do about low power. Not really sure what to do about that. I need to craft a drill. What the fuck? How do I do that? Oh, I need craft station T2, I guess? It consumes minus 0.5 energy. Do I need... Warning, low power. What the fuck? What do I do? Energy consumption. Iron, silicon, and magnesium. I think, yeah, I'll go get some silicon to figure out what this power thing is. So, put that there. Show interface. So, not enough power. We're consuming 0.4 and producing 0. So, we don't have any power for anything. Yeah. We're not really generating any power. Yeah, I knew that. I mean, what can you do about it? Wind turbine generates stuff. So we could... if we can build that with iron. Oh, iron. Right, actually. Yeah. We have a lot of that. Don't we? We just burned through it. Never mind. We don't have a lot of that. There's cobalt. Iron. Magnesium. Titanium. Cobalt. Silicon. Some more cobalt. Some silicon and cobalt. I'll take some cobalt. Some titanium, and then I'll fuck off. So that I can prepare and leave. Oh, I can't. Oh, my inventory is full. For a sec I thought I ran out of power and I was fucked. Couldn't do shit. Okay. I wonder if cabling is a thing I need to worry about. Okay. Because if not, that's beautiful. I love it. So, put that there. Power is stored. Okay, yeah, so just power exists now. That's how this works. And there we go. Now we're producing a bunch of power. Okay. Good, good, good. I think I'm gonna go and try and find more iron so that we can make more turbines. Oh fuck. Can make a storage crate. I need iron to make the storage crate, so put a bunch of this stuff in there. Don't really need it. So here's what we're doing. Iron? To be fair, I don't know the difference in appearance between iron and magnesium. That seems rough to figure out. Hey, there we go. We have 3 iron. I think that's enough for now. Go up here. I will make a storage crate so I can store stuff. Store all the cobalt. Oh fuck yeah, control click works. Beautiful. The ambiance is beautiful, by the way. I just want to say, goddamn, I'm loving the vibe that this thing gives off. Middle quote doesn't work, but that would be cool. This thing is still early access too. Okay, wind turbine and wind turbine. We have a lot of power now. Lots of power. Yeah. So crafting station T2 should be easy to get. I just need an iron, which I just burnt because of a bunch of bullshit that I've done. Drill T1, I mean, not drill T2. I'll just get a bunch of this. I wonder if it speeds up mining. This is chill. I'm liking this. Yeah, just chill. Just getting some cobalt. You know, just getting some cobalt. Doing the thing. Captions are broken again. I don't know what to say. Captions are just broken. I think I'm gonna turn that captioning off and just use the OBS experimental captioning. Microsoft speech to text sucks, but I mean, you know, I can't. What will I do, right? Can't really do shit about it, can I? Also, oh fuck, shit. Whoops. Oops. Up. No. Give me oxygen. Give me oxygen. I was just checking, like, my thing. So, because my website broke. My website's busted. Why it no work? Why it no work? It's broken. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, it's because the URL is a bitch. Oh, I fucked up. God damn it. No. I fucked up the thing. God damn it. What the fuck is bound stream ID then? What the fuck? What the fuck is bound stream ID? What the fuck did I fuck something up? I fucked so many things up. Why have I done this? No, it's not. It's correct. It's... What the fuck? What did I screw up? It's just borked. Isn't that good? Oh fuck, no, it's not good. I fucked up. Okay, I'm not gonna fix the API live. I'm not doing this again. My website is borked. What can I do about it? Maybe I'll fix it live. What do you all want? Do you all want me to fix it live? I fucking... But for now, I'm just gonna be like, chill. What was I doing? Oh yeah, right. I'm doing the. I was going to check, how to improve Microsoft speech to text. That was the thing. Yes. Speech. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Desktop microphone. Yeah. Peter dictates to his computer. He prefers it to typing and particularly prefers it to pen and paper. Beautiful. Sure. No. Choose an activation. What? Just what happens when you say the stop listening command? What the fuck? I don't know. Sure. Yeah. You can now control this computer by voice. Wait, what? Wait, I don't want to. Wait, I didn't mean to. Wait, I fucked up. I just wanted to improve. I just wanted to improve Microsoft speech to text. Wait, open computer? What the fuck? What have I done? Is off. Oh, it's off. No, exit. I just. Look, the thing I wanted is to improve captions. That's it. Hydration level is. God damn it, I'm dying. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. If someone gets a better idea about captions, let me know. But for now, I need to drink and I need to not die. So I'm gonna do that. You can give me some ice. I'm gonna make me some fucking water. A water bottle. There you go, drunk. Why is my health low? Why is my health low? Is it cold? Did I fuck something up? I don't know. But yeah, craft station T2. Give me, I can now craft stuff better. Which means I can now get... It's the same things, except now there's exoskeleton T1. Which I need titanium for. Guess what I have 1,000,000 of? Titanium. There we go, bang. Wait. Increases equipment capacity. Oh. Oh, okay. Balancing. It's a balancing issue. Can I build more stuff? Or is that just it? You know, for something that's a T2... Oh, they're both T2. Wait. Why did the other one... Okay, so I wasted a bunch of time. Put a seed in this device to generate O2. Oh, drill T1, it's that thing. Was there all along. I'm a fool. God damn it. Drill T1. Generates pressure by releasing gases trapped in the ground. Okay. So I leave. Do this. Release that pressure. My TI is now increasing. Perfect. We are doing this. Also, I am orange. I am way too orange, actually. Why am I so orange? Light myself up that much. There you go. Now, screen terraformation. I need iron and silicon. Of course I do. Fucking everything needs iron and silicon. By the way, Ash, remember that you can join VC if you want. No pressure, but you know, I'm letting you know. Iron in the silicon. Silicon. Nice. Magnesium. Magnesium. Some iron would be nice. Titanium. Iron, there you go. Thanks. We are now terraforming. Very slowly, but we are in fact terraforming. It's nice to improve the world, not gonna lie. I like not destroying the world. It's a very good feeling. So, how does this work? Do I put it outside? Where does this mount? Because it's not on there. Where does this go? Displays information about terraformation. Yeah, but it's... It looks like it snaps to a wall, but it does... Wait! There we go. So now I have everything. So we only need to get 175,000 more. That should be easy. We need blueprints. Guess what? That's more iron. We always need fucking iron. I don't know what to do with. This is bullshit. Titanium. Silicon. Iron. Iron. Silicon. Funny how iron is actually a difficult resource to find. It's probably common, but because of how many fucking black minerals there are. Maybe it's because of my glasses. Maybe if I take my glasses off or I look closely, then I'd know. But I'm a silly bitch, so I'm like, Blueprints! What blueprints can I get? Oh. So I need to do a bunch of stuff. So unlocks at 70, unlocks at 300. So now heater. I have 1.6 available. For a heater I need iridium. I don't know where to find iridium. However, what I will do is I will place a bunch of this. Food level low. I need food? I need food? Space food. Oh. I should figure out how to do that. Because this just place a seed in this device to generate oxygen, which I need the seed to grow food, right? That seems like a trap. Oh, what else am I gonna do? It's magnesium. There's another storage container over there. Wait, that's the one I found, isn't it? No? The fuck? Use this in the blueprint screen to unlock a new thing. Space food. Don't mind if I do. I'll drink one of them. There you go. And some iron would be nice. There we go. Now I'm gonna go back. So I can create a vegetube. I'll create one here. Why not? I'm putting everything in my fucking room. New blueprint received, oxygen tank T2. Oh. Sick. Microchip mining speed T1. Is that a thing? I guess I need to unlock it, but still. Okay. Oh! Oh yeah, I unlocked it because we reached the better pressure. So, okay, I do this. I need to place a seed inside. Do we have seeds? We have a seed lerma. Here you go. You're generating oxygen. As for the heater, I can't see, I know. Wind turbine would be good though. Gotta say. Is that another storage? What the fuck? No, I already... okay. Iron. I need iron. Magnesium. Iridium. It's red. Where would I be if I was iridium? This isn't iridium. But there's a good chunk of iron, which is good. You know what? I want that, so. Give me more iron. Like that. Let's fuck off back home. Yeah, oxygen levels low. Yeah, oxygen level's critical. I might suffocate. I might not make it. I think I'm dead. You died and dropped some of your inventory. Well, I mean... oh, it's right there. Gimme. You know what? Nah, you can store it. You can store a bunch of it. I'm fine with that. I'll take this iron. But yeah, apart from that, I'm fine. I will create another wind turbine. Because we need the energy before we are able to do anything. And I think I will create an oxygen capsule. Because I might as well, and I have 1,000,000 cobalt anyway, so. There you go. We'll just use a bunch of our cobalt to do that. There we go. Now we have 4 of that, which means that we can now explore and get some fucking iridium. And we can also build a living compartment if we ever so choose. We have one. Also, wow. Something's happening. Sky's wider. Ooh. Iron's good. Those cobalt. Is that iridium? No, it's cobalt. What the fuck? I think I'm gonna build a living compartment here. And then a door. Okay. Breathe oxygen. Now the only problem is that I need more titanium and silicon to do this again, but... there's titanium. Magnesium. Silicon. Iron. Titanium. 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 See. Oh, inventory full. And I guess if I had to go somewhere, it would be here, wouldn't it? There's like a whole ass place. Energy time. There you go, oxygen. Hmm. What's this place? The fuck? Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. I don't know what to do about that, but... Interesting. Hmm. Is there only one entrance into here? Oh! Back D2. Oh! That's good. Seed Lerma, Seed Shanga, Seed Pastera. Whoa! That seems good. Yeah. I'll take that. Living compartment window too. Sick. What's this? Ooh. Place this in a food grower. Oh, aluminum too. Ah. Lots of stuff. Okay. Sick. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here. I see. Oh, I see. Don't mind if I do. I do see so. Craft screen progress. Well, first I'm gonna craft some storage crate to put a bunch of this stuff in. I'm gonna put all my magnesium because who needs that? And still nothing for that. However, craft station T2. Equip this chip to reduce ore mining time. It's like, We need 2 magnesium for that. Huh. Well, here you go. Magnesium. Oh, and I need an oxygen tank T1. There we go. Now we have a lot more oxygen. And what else can I create? Backpack T2. Iron, silicon, and titanium. I used up all my iron, silicon, and titanium apparently. Okay. There's titanium, there's iron, and there's silicon. Well, there you go. Solved. Fucking, there you go. We got all of them. Gimme. Oh wait, first I need to unequip this. There you go. There we go. We have a lot more storage now. Which is pretty good. Magnesium. I should find ice. Yeah, like this. Because I'm running out of water. I'm thirsty. Where's that ice? size. There's the silicon, silicon, iron, and now our inventory is full, but we're gonna go back and drink. Because I'm so thirsty. Water, please. There we go, perfect, okay. And then we put all of our magnesium in here, because who the fuck needs it? And ice, well, we'll put one there. Same for cobalt. One thing I will do, though, magnesium. Getting the magnesium again. I'm gonna make a vegetube in order to put this in. So I produce a lot more oxygen. Yeah. I don't think I can create another one, but hey, we're doing it. Oh, it's getting dark? That's spooky. That's spooky. I mean, it's dark in here anyway, so. So it's this. Aluminum, eggplant. Now, how do I get past this? Is there a button for crouching? Unstuck. No, there isn't. You have jump, you have drop. I don't think it's drop. It's not drop yet. No. Okay. Can I just not get past here? There's like a lot of, there's like stuff there. Come on, I can just barely make it. Like, what is this? Wait, what is this? Oh, I need a tool. So I need a tool to destroy this. Oh, god damn it. Well, not much I can do about that, can I? Also, the TI is now at 539, which is cool. What's this other tool, by the way? Construction, it's like rotate construction, change tool. Wait, do I need... Do I need the destruction chip? I need the deconstruction. That's what I need. There we go. That's what I needed to do. There we go. Okay. Let's go and deconstruct that bitch. Spooky. Deconstruct Rex. Don't mind if I do. Yes. Oh, I got some iron out of that. What's in here? Squash seeds. Ooh. Space food, magnesium, titanium. Oh. Yeah, sick. Is that iridium? There's something glowing. They construct heater too. Whoa. Oh, there's iridium. There's iridium right there. Okay, so I just need to... I mean, hey, storage crate. Can you take some of my cobalt? For now. And you have even more iridium. Okay. Okay. Let's get out for now. This has been a fucking... Well, there we go. There we go, huh? Oxygen level low. Yeah, we'll handle it. We'll handle it. Don't worry. We're doing it. There we go. So now I can construct the heater. First I'll construct some wind turbines. Then the heater. Oh, it needs to be inside? Oh. There we go. So now we're producing heat. And now it wants me to craft screen progress, which... I can't. I cannot. That's not a screen that I have. I will put some titanium in here, some aluminum, some cobalt. And I'll go back inside to get a bunch of... What just happened? What just... It... Wait. How long has it been? How long has it been since it crashed? Oh. Fuck. Okay. Thank you, OBS. Highly appreciated. Oh god, fuck it. Whatever. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I have an oxygen too, so let's see. Let's go in. There is a bunch of bullshit. Drink it. Why not? Iron, silicon, aluminium. Now our shit's filled up. Super alloy. The fuck? There is so much stuff that I just can't use. God damn it. Stop. Leave. Platforming is a nightmare. No iron. I forgot that my inventory is full, so I cannot. Yeah. Oops. I should get more water. Yeah. I'm thirsty. Let's go. Okay. So... expand this, because why not? There you go. Can I craft anything else? Did I unlock anything else? No, I haven't. Okay. Everything is still a bit piss. That is fine, we'll handle it. Oh wait, shit, I'm thirsty, I forgot about that. Oh wait, but I want water. Give me water, please. I'm thirsting for water right now. Okay, give me a sec. Fuck, give me a sec. And give me a sec. Okay, there you go. Water. Water. Give me ice, thank you. And water. There I go, drink water. And then we go back in to get everything. All starter mates. God damn it. Oh. Take everything. And I would take everything, but I can't. So I'll take this. Solar panel. Hey, that's a thing. I'll take aluminum, because it sounds like that would be useful for this. I do have to do a bunch of round trips to make this work. But whichever works, you know? I have 3 iron. This music's nice, by the way. It's really chill. I like it. Cobalt. And cobalt. And there we go. We're making a bunch more energy now. No issue. That's sorting. And I'm gonna go and get a bunch more shit. What? What? What's happening? What? What? Did we fuck up? What just happened? Why are meteors falling down? Why is the planet being bombarded? What? What? What have I done? What the fuck is happening? I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna put all my seeds in here. I don't know. Jesus Christ. So for drill I need titanium and iron. Fucking hell. Chill. What do I need for screen progress? A bunch more heat. So I need a lot more heat. Oh, fuck. Heater. Which also includes a bunch of silicon. What the fuck did we do? Needs more iron, apparently. There you go. Should be fine. We'll get there. 2000 nano Kelvin. Oxygen. It could make sense to go for oxygen though. I need more iron for that though. Wait. Oh wait, did the bombardment cause this? What is this? What the fuck was that? That fucking glitched. I guess asteroids bring forth more minerals. Which makes sense. When you think about it. Oh fuck. You run out of storage really fucking fast in this game, not gonna lie. Holy shit. There's a lot of stuff that fell, Jesus. Magnesium. Titanium. I'm just gonna look for iron. Maybe I can unlock a scanner or something. Magnesium, silicon, iron, silicon, iron, iron. What is that? Aluminium. I'll take it, it's rare. Gotta love asteroids. They just bring all kinds of shit. Oh. Uranium? I have a feeling that would kill me. I will eat that though. And I will take some of this. I won't take the uranium just yet because it feels like I would die if I took the uranium. I would rather not die. Not yet, at least. Okay, so now we should spam more oxygen so that I can do that. That should be nice. Vegetative. I need more magnesium. I also need more ice. That. The thing is that everything needs iron, so... Oh, foundation grid. Another heater sounds fine. Why not? Some drills? Yeah, I'll take some drills. Why not? Might as well burn through some titanium. I have too much of it. Drill. Wait, didn't I just take titanium? Did I put titanium in? Did I pull aluminum out? I put yeah, okay. Good, my brain is so smart. So there we go. There you go. My water's running out. I need water. Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Where does the motherfucker find it? I find it ice. 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 There we go. We should have enough ice to last us like a fucking lifetime. Now let's go back and drink some water. All this expedition has gotten me thirsty. Drink. Yes. And all of this ice goes in here. There you go. Now, for more veggie tubes, we need magnesium, ice, and iron. Iron we don't have any more of, however, everything else, well, we have one. Give me magnesium, give me an ice. There we go. So we're doing it. There we go, Vegetube T2. Perfect, okay. So for this, I need more stuff, but that's fine. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. And deconstruct something that's inside. Okay, that's fine. We'll handle it. Okay. So, we need silicon. Don't we have like a lot of silicon? Didn't we have a lot of silicon? What the fuck happened? I remember having like, too much silicon. Silicon, no. No. Again? Are we what the fuck? What's triggering this? What's triggering this? Does fixing the planet involve bombarding it with fucking outer asteroids? Because that seems counterintuitive if you ask me. Okay. Give me all the ice. Now we need more magnesium. Now we need more of everything. Oh fuck. Oh. Silicon. Iron. I don't need titanium. Silicon and silicon. No titanium, doesn't... The fuck? The cobalt's brown. There we go. Backpack 3-3. That's useful. Like some more ice. Some more iron, don't mind if I do. I love how aluminum just glows. It glows so fucking hard. It's the rave element. Titanium is everywhere. It's iron that's rare. That's surprising. Not gonna lie. But hey, what can you do? Eh? What can you do? Eh? We'll get some. We'll get some, don't worry. We'll figure something out. Look at all this. Ice, magnesium. There's iron. So much shit. Solar panel, T1. Bang. More energy. We've done it. Bang. Now, for backpack version 3, we need aluminum. Okay. Here's the problem. I can't really take it off. Well, drop that instead. There we go. Beautiful. Now we got that. No, magnesium and aluminum. Magnesium and aluminum. We can definitely do that. Easy peasy. There we go. Now we mine 10% faster, which sounds like nothing. Probably is, but hey, it's something, you know? I'll take it. We need silicon and cobalt. Here we go. There we go. We also got a heater T2, which, well, also we're at 4.068K, which sounds promising. More silicon. I forgot what I even need these for, but probably something, right? Well, that generates a whole lot of heat. A whole lot more than these fucking things. Aluminum and titanium? We got that in spades. Sort. Titanium. Aluminum. I'll put that there. Not really gonna be using these seeds. There you go. Heater 1. We need one more iridium for that. Damn. That's fucked up. Rocks are falling again? Drill T2. Hey, that's good. Oh yeah, I needed it for reformation. There we go. We're getting there. food growers. Very far from now. There we go. So we need a lot more oxygen for food grower. I'm pretty sure we're doing just fine. Helps you find your way. Available a bunch. Okay. I mean, for the progress screen, we need more heat. Which means more iridium. Which means good fucking luck. Grow would be really nice though. Let's go. Let's go back in. Whip. Whip. Oh, whip. Whip. Did these keep spawning? Is it free iron? Call. There's nothing really else here, so. And there we go. Now we have screen progress. I don't know what's in that. Seems spooky. There we go. Silicon and silicon. Progress. So we're 4% towards that. I mean, Vegetube T3 would be very nice. This... Magnesium and silicon. Another big ass fucking area. The screen's on the fucking wall. This thing's heating up. Okay. Magnesium. Silicon. God damn it. So we're doing it, but we're just doing it at a pretty slow rate. We need a bunch of titanium. Suddenly we don't have enough titanium. That's fine. We can just get more along the way. Silicon. Nice. Titanium. Some of this. Some iron. Titanium. Cobalt. Magnesium. Oxygen tank T3. That's good. That's nice. Can't complain about that. So for oxygen tank T3 we need aluminum. We'll just deal with it. Make another water bottle. I mean, we will just fucking starve to death if we don't figure out a way to get food. It's so fucking bright. Holy shit. Oh shit, there's another thing. Okay. Storage crate. We start a bunch of excess stuff. There we go. Now let's go in. The hitboxes are funny. Golden flower. Got an achievement? I don't know what I did. Oh shit, this place is a much bigger wreck. Lots of titanium too. Oh, this is... Oh, this is... There's a whole fucking place. Huh. The stairs, just go into here. It's like a fucking horror scenario, what the hell? Construct the bricks. There's like no storage? What the fuck? There's like legit nothing. Oh, there's a storage crate right there. Iridium, super alloy, space food. I'll eat that. Oh, I can just take uranium. There you go. Huh. Nothing in here. The fuck? Seed Tuska. Seed Nulna. $300 and 400%. Jesus Christ. Lots of iridium, Jesus. Bioplastic nugget. Opinions on the Game Awards? I don't care. I haven't seen them, and I basically do not have any faith in award shows like that. So I usually just don't see them. Oh fuck, I'm dying. Well, now to get out. I just, award shows all feel like a fucking scam, personally, so I'm like, I don't care. If they like the game I like, that's cool, but, you know, I'm not gonna hold them to any standard. Also, where the hell did I... Where did I put the thing? Oh, there it is. Oh, fuck. I was actually scared for a moment. Whew! We have a lot of iridium, though. That's good. That's useful. There we have some uranium. A lot of iridium. How much iron do I have? A lot. Uh-huh. There we go, and then place some heater. Just need one more titanium. There we go. Now just some silicon and just some silicon and more titanium, and then we can fucking get more shit. Silicon. Cobalt. Silicon. Silicon. Not much titanium here. Yeah, there's not really much titanium here. It's kinda just nothing. There's titanium. Titanium. And titanium. Okay. Let's go back. And inventory full. Okay. Yeah, we did good. You have some ice to slurp up water. I should have really fucking used an oxygen bottle before I risked this. Holy fuck. Okay, that was spooky. Goddamn. Okay. Over here. And I can create more heater. Oh shit, we're running out of power. Okay. So, solar, magnesium, aluminium. Magnesium. Oh fuck, I used up my aluminium. Ah, shit. There is no aluminium nearby, is there? Wait, there's something that's shining over there. Is that aluminium? It's not aluminium, it's just the shiny thing. God damn it. That's ice. Yeah, aluminium is rare. You kind of need to go into Rex to find them, so maybe I should just place a solar panel. Okay, so power restored. Let's just not create any T2. Oh god fucking damn it, where? I keep fucking scaring myself. We need aluminium for the beacon as well, so... can't have the blueprint screen. Agility boots. Huh. I'm guessing we can do something with those. We need fabric. Oh, God damn it. So... well, that ain't even there. That a water bottle and a water bottle and an oxygen capsule, and I would actually love another oxygen capsule. So cobalt. Does cobalt have oxygen? Because I wonder why they used cobalt for the oxygen capsule. Huh. I have no idea. Who knows why? This game is a lot more chill than I thought it would. Oh, we have ice. Let's put the seed pulsa there. Producing a metric fuck ton of stuff. It's good. The rest just goes in here. Then we go out again. Plus we need food anyways, so... we need to go in. Either way. Because the only way to get food is... right now is through... man-made structures that have collapsed. Because we haven't unlocked the food grower yet. Which is a pain. So we've climbed. We didn't climb. Now we climbed. Wait, no. Oh, that wasn't down. Oh, that goes down. There you go. Some oxygen. There we go, we have one last time. So, we can go back. So having a lot of iron is really nice. Because it means you can store stuff. So we have the space food, which is always appreciated. That way, we're not fucked if we ever hunger. Or something. There you go. So this needs a lot of shit. Double bed. And food grower! Hey! Food grower! Beautiful. Okay, wait, but shit. Takes a lot of power. Silicon and magnesium. We don't have either. Well, we have magnesium. But we need silicon. Silicon, silicon, silicon. That's nice. Silicon, you're silicon. There you go. Give me. Because I need to know what the fuck. Energy levels. I need to analyze this. Available 0.75. Okay, yeah, that we definitely do not have enough. But if you get more silicon and cobalt, then we're good. We have a lot of iron. I'll take my iron though. Titanium. Cobalt. Cobalt. More magnesium. Now I need silicon. Where the hell is silicon? That's silicon. Done. Okay. There we go, we have a lot more power now, which means we can now grow food. It's very good. We need that. Food grower. Chance to get seeds back 100%. Oh. With this, we need like a legit seed. With which we don't have any. Of course. Let's just get a bunch of titanium and iron and use it. There we go. Okay. So, we're gonna go back out to explore some more. A lot more iridium here. Super alloy. I still don't know what to do with the super alloys and shit. Oxygen capsules. Ice would be nice though. It's windy again. Hard to see when it's like this. That's a nice. That's a nice. There we go. Let's go back. Oof. Okay. Nice. And ice. Go. And let's go out to get the stuff, of which there's more, plenty more. There's a fuck ton of iron for sure. And I do want iron. Iron is literally always useful. Also, seeds would be really nice. That's all there is here, so. Solve that problem. There's something here? No. Huh. There's even more stuff. Oh my god. Oh fuck, so seeds! Let's do that. Iridium and fabric. Fuck yes. And aluminium. At this point we have a lot of fucking iridium. Interesting. I almost missed out on that too. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I know. There you go. Power of inhaling. Okay. Now we're here. So, listen there. It should grow food. Power 5.25. Now, to make another solar panel, we need cobalt, silicon. What? Oh, fuck, that scared me. That fucking scared me. What the fuck was that? It fucking glitched. That was intense as fuck. Spooked the fuck out of me. Yeah, I'll take all the silicon I can get, especially after I'm almost running out. Cobalt. And yeah, go back. Look at that moon. It's a cool ass moon. We need iron. More magnesium. There we go. That should be more than enough power for everything that we'd ever want. So this needs a lot of titanium and iron. You know what? Let's do that. We can grab a bunch of titanium. Iron. Titanium. Yeah, like titanium is incredibly common, it seems. So we can definitely fuck with it. Magnesium is also common at this point. At some point there's gonna be nice news, but for now it's like, well, I can't really do much with magnesium, so Yeah, I guess that's cool, I guess. Some more titanium would be nice. Iron is also appreciated. There we go. Lots of pressure. So that should be helping things. Oxygen level low again. Okay. That hasn't solved anything. Growth 47%. Really don't go in there, yes. I do want to know what my terraformation situation. Iron, silicon, and the other thing. Iron, silicon, and cobalt. There you go. Terraformation. It's going up. We're doing good. Drill T3 is coming along, so we just planted a bunch of T2s. And well, shit. Oh shit, large storage containers. Longer storage is also useful. Which is also good. A lot of this is good. Vegetubes are good, but they're also, Jesus Christ. They're long as fuck to make. Drill T3 makes a fuck of a lot more pressure. Jesus Christ. How much energy do I have remaining? 23? Yeah. I'm gonna go back and break these things. Like, what? The T3 makes 10 times the. Like, yeah, I just need aluminum. Uses more iron, which is annoying, but I mean, for 10 times? 1 additional iron and some aluminum? Yeah. I mean, aluminum is non-renewable, so that is... Yeah, like it's not some... Well, it is something I mine, but... Oh, I don't even have any aluminum. Oh, shit. Well, that changes things. We'll figure something out. Oh! Here comes the rock. What crashed there? Is that aluminum? That's aluminum. It's gotta be. There you go. Holy shit. I'll take me some cobalt. Yeah, don't mind if I do. I'll take cobalt. Cobalt. Oh, fucking hell. That's a lot of shit. Holy fuck, look at all this rock. Oh shit, locker storage. That's gotta be it. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Give me all of that. We're putting all of you in there. There we go. Putting all of you in there. Yeah. Go in there, go in there, go in there. And go in there. We don't need this. Yeah. There you go. There. There. Go in there, go in there. Go in there, go in there, go in there, go in there, go in there. There you go. Lots of space. It was good. 68%. Not promising. But it's something. Let's go and get more flayed. When we have the oxygen to burn. I should probably get the oxygen tank 3, but... Actually, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? I should get the oxygen tank 3. Why haven't I done that yet? What the fuck am I doing? What is my reasoning there? Okay. Oxygen, tank 3. Oh, fuck. Iron, titanium, silicon, magnesium. Okay. Titanium, silicon, iron, aluminium. I think for once I don't have magnesium. That's fine, there's like a million magnesiums right outside my house. There we go. Magnesiums. And then the oxygen tank. $280. That's good. Exoskeleton T2. We need magnesium, titanium, and silicon, so. Do I seriously already have no silicon? God damn it. There we go. There we go. Uh-huh. Oh shit, Uranbin? We're just going along. We're a third of the way there, kind of. So we're kind of just like, you know, exploring more shit. You need Embium? Unfortunately that's, what? LOL. Unfortunately, that's unavailable. There's no way to get Embium. It's truly sad. Here's the skeleton. So, aluminium. God damn it. I need aluminium. I did all this for nothing. It's annoying. Uh-huh. Living compartment glass. Yeah. Communication antenna. Yakuza series got cancelled. That is not true. You're lying to me. You're fucking lying to me. Yeah, you're lying to me. You're lying to me. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Just get out of here, you bitch. Actually scared me for a second still. Even though I didn't believe you, it fucking scared me, you bitch. Oh. It's not a fact. It's not a fact. Is the thing. It's not a fact. It doesn't even work. There we go. Let's go and explore some more bullshit, lol, yeah. Let's go and explore. You said, "I fun fact, every Hood videos are cancelled forever," but that was bullshit. You know what? Good point, but also fuck you. Good point, but also fuck you. That's my reaction. Climb up. We climbed it up. Go. Oh fuck. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of stuff here. Imbus is a streamer you can fuck with. Wait, hang on. You worded that wrong. You worded that wrong. Hold on. Wait a minute. Forgot a word. Forgot a word there, buddy. No. 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 You will get consequences. There's a lot of consequences for that. A very large amount. Inhuman consequences. So, aluminum. We can research some shit. Actually boost T2. Mining speed T2. I mean, we can't really do anything with these, but I need fabric. So like, silicon and microchip mining speed T1. Yeah, that's easy. There we go. Vegetube T3. Oh. Silicon, silicon, magnesium, and aluminium. Elden Ring is game of the year. Yeah, I mean, I'm not into games like that, but that's just me. So like, yeah. Oh fuck, I keep clicking on that by accident. Hang on, wait. 43. Yeah, definitely. What? It doesn't want me to put this anywhere? Where does it want me to put this? Oh, outside. That's new. Embus Simulator. What do you do in Embus Simulator? What does one do in Embus Simulator? Also, fuck, that's fast. We just spent the living fuck out of that. Okay. We're vibing, we're vibing. Oh yeah. There we go. So we need more cobalt and more ice. You shat. That's all I do. I shat. Interesting simulator. I wonder how that's game of the year. Oh, and then I sieve. Okay. I see. You listen to my whining. Just be careful or you will get banned, you bitch. You whine too much. You're at the end of your fucking rope. You're close to death, my friend. You will die soon. Death is approaching. Fucking hell, I mean, that's going really fast. Oxygen is, well, I've done something there, haven't I? Also food. This should have grown by now, right? What? Got a mushroom. Hey! Got a mushroom, sick. Mushroom seeds. Fuck yeah. So now what we do is water bottle, oxygen capsule. And there we go. No. And oxygen capsule. Super alloy goes into here. And we drink one water. Now we fuck off. Now we get ready to go away to the zone. We go away into the nothingness of this fucking area. This should do something. Let's go. What's in here, I wonder? Wait, how do I climb this again? I have to. And that's what we do. Hamud backwards is still Hamud? No, it's race car. You're thinking of the word race car. What the fuck? Are these just respawning? Are they supposed to respawn? Or did I just miss those two? Feels like they respawn. Wait, where the fuck? Hamud backwards in Damur. Clearly. Damur. There we go, now we're here. Rocking about like goofuses. Oh, the sky is improving. See. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. It is, though. It is. You fool. Clearly is. Yeah, so. A lot of aluminium. A lot of seed. And. Deep. Up. Wait. Give me that back. Duma. Nah. That's moved backwards. Come on. Thought you knew your shit. What are you talking about, you fool? What the fuck are you talking about? So let's keep exploring, cause why not? Why not keep exploring? Why not? Huh? I do have to say, this game is not gripping my mind as much as Satisfactory did. However, it's still fun. Dumb balls. It's so funny you say the funny balls were the holy shit. Borian say the funny balls. It's so funny. I think that's all that's in here. It really seems like it. I don't think there's anything else. Why does the sound cut out? Like that. Are rocks coming? Oh, really? They're respawning. They're literally respawning. I'm not sure if that's a bug or not, but that's nice. That's cool. Those seeds are broken as hell. So I appreciate getting 1,000,000 copies of them. Okay. Steve Jobs, lick my balls. That's what Steve Jobs is. Huh. Ah, okay. So lots of iron. Put that in there, put that in there. What's in there? So dumb, but it's so funny. The funny jokes are the best ones. Iridium rod, yeah, that's not happening. Silicon, titanium, iron, and aluminum. Titanium, iron, silicon, aluminum. Transmissions. I need iron, silicon, and magnesium. Silicon. My favorite. My favorite mineral that I always seem to lack. Silicon! Silicon! Oh yeah, 420. It's been so long. Yeah, it's kind of like YouTube poop in a way. Except YouTube poop still exists. Emoji parodies are just... No. Oh, new message received? Well, I'll be able to check it. When I get home and learn how to not suck poop. Amogus. Oh, it is such a funny name. I love it when a mongus. Oh god, that meme sucks so much. The man behind the slaughter. Freddie Mercury. What the fuck? What is this? Oh, I'm a convict? Heck, I'm a convict? You have chosen to commute your sentence to an extradition. In order to be released of all the charges pending against you, you must fully terraform this planet. Our sensors will periodically scan your progress, and we'll send you the required blueprints. Do not try to contact us. If our sensors do not detect any advancement, you will be considered missing and the charges will not be dropped. You cannot claim property or value over anything on the planet. You're only allowed to use the resources found on the planet to increase the terraformation index. Not allowed to leave this planet until the terraformation is complete. Cool. Identification unnamed, corporation unclaimed, habitability level null. Unnamed planet is located in the Islithil Prime sector. Free civilization sector crossed mostly by trade ships to travel between big spaceports. The sector count 842 planets. Oh, sick. I love it. We're getting there. thought I got another transmission for a sec. Food level low. Oh. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing, except first I'm gonna drop a beacon. It seems fair to drop a beacon. I was gonna get some aluminum. Because aluminum is hard as fuck to get. And also uranium because that seems useful. Same for iridium. Yeah. Drop a beacon here. I can't get lost. Now it's on my screen. Okay. Good. Woo! The fuck? Oh shit! Ship has crashed for an unknown reason on this planet. Many of us have died of impact, some of us died on the surface. I'm the only one left. Try to survive, but this land is too hostile. My health is getting bad. Oh. Ugh. That didn't work out well. Too well. Damn. Poor bastard. Fuck? Oh, that's ice. What just happened? Oh! Oh yeah, we reached 175,000! Seek. We did it. We did it. Mm-hmm. There we go. Mm-hmm. Now let's go and get everything else. Yeah, we're here. Take everything. Seedlerma. Seedligma balls. Okay, so fabric, alloy. I'm gonna pick like 2 aluminums, 2 uraniums, 2 iridiums, and put this in here. Yeah. Silicon, titanium. Advanced craft station. Hang on. 3 aluminum and magnesium. Oh, yeah, sure. I'll fuck with this. What? Oh. 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 Jetpack. Fuck. Really? Grass spreader? Generates biomass. Yeah. Oh. Magnesium and iron. Cobalt, magnesium, and silicon. Holy shit, that's a lot of stuff. Hydration complete. Hydration achieved. We've done it. Oh, inventory full. In that case, what would we need? Aluminum and magnesium. Well, that's a first. Not much magnesium around. Huh. Magnesium. Drop some titanium. There we go. And you. So, no. Nope. Wait. Oh. I was wondering, like, what the fuck happened? Water bottle. The rest goes on here. Like two of you. One of you. And there we go. There's so many minerals around here. Holy shit. So many fucking rocks. They're everywhere. All of these are rocks. Truly prevalent. Oh. Can't go up there. Well, that's lame. Holy shit, it's red. Oh, more rocks. Time for a bunch more rocks. Okay. Titanium. Jesus Christ. Hmm. Oh shit, we're at 300. I didn't even realize. I love invisible walls. They're so cool. Hmm. Hey. Hmm. launch platform. Huh. Hmm. There's no minerals here. What the fuck? There's like literally nothing. What? The fuck happened here? What the hell is this area? Just kind of like chill. This is like nothing. Feels like we're nearing something though now. Oh! Something rendered for a bit. Is it supposed to have nothing within this area? Is this area supposed to be completely barren? This is weird. We're just kind of chilling and, you know. Yeah, waiting for stuff to happen, I guess. Oh, there's minerals again. Ooh. Didn't even know full damage existed in this game. Hmm. And we're back here. Was a roundabout way, but... Hmm. Oh, shit. There's another thing now. Honestly, the thing I need is like a way to... Ore extractor, yeah. That's perfect, actually. That's exactly what I need. Hmm. Hmm. The problem is aluminium, because, like, where the fuck do I get aluminium? And there's this, but... Yeah. There we go, we need more aluminum already. Yeah. Levitating stairs. Why not? Why not levitating stairs? Hmm. Well, guess who's dying of hunger? And I'm dead. But it's back. Eggplant and stuff. God, everything's going to shit. I think I'm gonna stop here for today. It's a game. It's a good game. I like it. I can see myself playing it again, but at the same time, it's also... It... Yeah, it doesn't... It has a strong feeling of not being complete. And also... mining everything manually and having an inventory that's size that sucks does start to tire me out at some point, because I'm like, well, every 2 seconds I have to go back to stock up because I fucking ran out of stuff. Not to mention that at some point you start depending on aluminium, and guess what? Aluminium never fucking shows up, so yeah. One thing I guess I could make this do is like let it run for the longest time, and then I just way. Like, I don't know. But everything needs aluminium, so like, what the fuck do I do? You know, like, I can't really do anything. It's basically the biggest pain in the ass, the aluminum. Like, Terraforming is going by smoothly, apart from that, though. Oh, I can make one last thing. Give me the ice. Give me ice. And give me... Well, I can use this. Actually, this would be better. Magnesium. Yeah, this one's better. There we go, voila. We've done it. It's like, yeah. Oh, PPP. That says PPP, not PPT. So I need a lot more for that. Launch platform doesn't need aluminum, right? Yeah. It just needs everything else. So titanium and tree super alloy. We have both. There you go. So can we? You'd think. Oh, there you go. How much power does it need? I need 24 more kilowatt hours. Iron, cobalt, silicon. Also got some iron and cobalt. 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 That's titanium, that's titanium. That's titanium. Wait. Yeah, that's titanium. I think this is iron? Nope, it's titanium. Come on, I just want to get this up and running. Nope. Nope, still titanium. Nope. Nope. Iron! Bunch more to go. Titanium, iron, cobalt, silicon, cobalt, iron, yeah, I can start heading back. Well, ooh. Almost died. That's ice. I don't even know where the fuck I came from. Oh, it's there. Fuck. Yeah. There we go, power restored. I'm assuming we need something to yeet the rockets. Yeah, yeah. Attracts uranium asteroids, attracts iridium asteroids. Oh. So rocket engine. Ouch, my fucking leggies. They broke. Oofy and also ouchie. But yeah. I need more ice. I keep getting messages. Good job. You know how to message me, fucking dipshit. I'm just gonna read silicon. Give me silicon. Gimme. Well, I'm not gonna fucking go and check that shit out then. Too bad, bitch. Should be less annoying. I need less aluminum. But yeah, that's it. I am tired. This game is fun. At the same time, oh, burns you out. I hope that you all enjoyed. Well, I'm kidding, no one enjoyed. I liked it though. I can easily get into it. It's just that, you know, like with Satisfactory, I can at least go and see a way forward until phase 4 comes, and then I'm like, oh, fuck off. And then I just quit because I'm too tired. But with this, I'm like, I don't know, man. Aluminum, like, I need aluminum everywhere, so I need to keep finding shit. And finding shit is annoying, especially when your inventory fills up so fast, and then you have to set up everything, and then you need to get like a million accessories in order to construct everything, and like, I want to live. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. This was a mess. Bye.